a word they use in Pakistan, kismet, which means like destiny. Basically means all of these things aligning together. So
you know more Urdu than I do.
yeah, you spend more time in Pakistan though. So you said the pay wasn't that good, but the environment was amazing, and you mixed with those people.
My main goal in life was to do whatever I want, how I want, and when I want.
How did then this grow and develop into your journey as an entrepreneur?
So my entrepreneur journey started when I actually moved to Barcelona. This was 2019, if I'm not mistaken. So actually Barcelona was my first proper expat experience of my own. Before I was an expat, but through my parents, through my father. So I used to follow him everywhere. And Barcelona was the first time I decided to leave France, my environment, and start my own journey. The reason why I chose Barcelona is because I wanted, I had a job opportunity. For the funny story, I had this job opportunity when I was in Pakistan. I did the job interview in Pakistan. It was for my Airbnb.
Was that a virtual
Shout out to Nabila.
Yeah, shout out to Nabila as well. You'll see her videos on the channel. But I'm wondering, when you say interview, was that a virtual interview or in-person interview?
No.
Face-to-face?
Visio, yeah.
A video?
Video, yeah.
Okay.
I had a job interview and I told them, yeah, I'm keen to take the job, but I have to be sure before moving that I will have the job. So they confirmed, yes, you will have it and everything. So I moved to Barcelona, where I worked for Airbnb. And this was part of the numerous traditional job I had. Customer service, nothing special. Needed a French speaker, so the pay was one of the worst I had. And but it opened doors. It opened so much doors for me. Like the work environment was amazing. People were amazing. I literally had the feeling of being in a summer camp. Like you saw on the same floor, like the Brazilians, the Spanish, the Germans, the French, very nice. I had already thought about real estate and everything. That's also maybe unconsciously why I work for Airbnb, to have a bit behind of the scenes and all this. And after 1.5 years, 2 years, I started my own journey, in the meaning I didn't speak Spanish very good, went to the banks, asked for mortgages, put in competition the banks to see to get the best deal. I really learned on my journey, because I never worked in real estate or nothing, and so I bought the first flat. I knew I always wanted to rent them out, so I did long-term contracts and everything. Then I changed jobs. I worked in sales, where money was much better, so I had more, but money was better, but the job required another work environment was not the best. It cost a bit of my mental health after 2 years. So that's why also I decided to stop this job. But in 2 years, I managed to buy another 2 flats, also rented out. So, and this, I started my journey of my own. And after a lot of people were asking me what's the process? How did you do? What should I do if I want to start it and everything? So after giving free tips and all this, because I'm a big believer of you have to give to receive. It's one of my biggest mentors in life. So I started to monetize this business, and through my personal journey, I had some partners I met, people I met, professionals I met, experts in their fields, and I decided to monetize all my knowledge and my network. And I started my own business. It's called Europe Investment, where I now assist people who want to buy or invest in Spain, Europe, in Europe, in Spain and Portugal mainly. And since not long time ago, also in Dubai. So yeah, but for example, Dubai also came from a special need from a Pakistani client. So everything happens for a reason on the journey. So that's how I started my own real estate journey and entrepreneur and building my own business and company.
There's a word they use in Pakistan, kismet, which means like destiny. Basically means all of these things aligning together. So
You know more Urdu than I do.
Yeah, you spend more time in Pakistan though.
Yeah,
So.
yeah.
But I'm seeing that happen now where, as you said, you're working with clients from different places. The Pakistani, I'm sure the fact that you've been in Pakistan, you understand the culture and you probably met people there. That helps to this current work in Europe that then developed to Dubai, and I can see how it's connected. I want to ask you one thing though about the Airbnb.
Yeah.
You said the pay wasn't that good, but the environment was amazing and you mixed with those people. It really reminds me of when I used to work in a language school. And that's where I met our business partner, Clemente, who's also on Evolve. I met him there at a time where the pay wasn't crazy, but the experience of being around so many different types of people. You know, I now have friends from all over the world through that experience. And when people saw me then later in my career, and I say, no, but it was during that time that I gained some of my key skills. So do you think that in Airbnb, you said you got the real estate knowledge, but were there any other key lessons, even though that job was not your end goal? Were there any key things that you picked up there?
I think the vibes, like seeing people all around the world on the same floor, like literally, you go to the office to spend time with people you would have probably never met. For example, when I started in Airbnb, I had never been to Brazil. For example, I met probably Brazilian people for the first time in my life. You know, like, yeah, just seeing different backgrounds, all in the same spot. You know, in a work environment. We were working, but like I said, I was happy to go to work because I was going to see my friends. I was going to, of course, work with work, but actually it's something, now that I'm thinking out loud, it's something that I never had before. And I think I will never really experience again to have this, even now I'm working for myself and everything. Having this diversity in just one spot, I think it's priceless, you know. Yeah, I think just the vibes. And to be honest, when I started Airbnb, I didn't have a clue that I wanted to start buying flats and all this, you know. It's just I always wanted, my main goal in life was to do whatever I want, how I want, and when I want, you know. And I knew quickly, with examples around me, that a traditional job would never bring me this. So I had to find a way to create passive income, to choose my battles, having the luxury to choose your battles. I think also requires some. I don't like the word sacrifice because I think it's choices you make for the life you want, no? But I knew it's something that I always wanted, like to have the freedom to do what I want, when I want, how I want. And Airbnb showed me, was the first step that showed me that, oh wow, it's possible actually, you know, like, and even though I don't speak the language, even though I don't know much about the country yet, but I just felt that everything was possible, and probably Airbnb experience made it happen.
Thanks for sharing, because I know a lot of people often think, in that position, how can I go to, it was Spain, right?
Spain.
How can I go to Spain? I don't speak Spanish fluently. It's a different vibe. I might not perform well. Like, I've noticed that it's natural for certain types of people to have this kind of, they before thinking about what could go right, they're always thinking about what could go wrong.
Yeah.
Whereas it seems like you just, maybe again, let's look back, 2 years old China, then here, then here, then here. You kind of know that, like, your father wasn't worrying, like, what if it goes wrong in China? You just went, and then you deal with it, and you get on with it. And that's kind of what happened here. Then you observe the property market, even as a customer service guy. Right. You saw how things worked. You were in a new environment, and then I can see now how that developed into where you are today.